Conversation with resource conservationist Meghan Pettit with the Whiteside County Soil and Water Conservation District. She'll give us information on conservation and how to protect our soil, water, and habitat.
Now here is Greg Naftzger and Meghan Pettit.
Good morning, everybody. Greg Naftzger in with Meghan Pettit. Meghan is with the Whiteside County Soil and Water Conservation District. And we have several items that Meghan wants to talk about today. It's Wildflower Week. She's going to be talking about pollinators, turtles, emerald ash borer, rescuing babies, and World Conservation Day. Every day's.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, well, it's nice and hot out. What you got lined up for today? Outside work?
I think I'm going to stay in the office as much as possible today.
Yeah.
It's a little too warm out.
A little bit.
So I'm actually a little behind. Wildflower Week is the first week in May each year.
Okay.
And it was started in 1987 by the Lady Bird Johnson Wildflower Center. They did this to celebrate the beauty and importance of native wildflowers across the United States. Wildflowers are a great source of food for insects, birds, and other small animals. They can also help improve soil health, prevent erosion, and improve water quality, and can help increase yields and enhance forage conditions for livestock. Natives are 4 times more attractive to pollinators than non-natives. A lot of times the non-natives don't have enough food or nectar for the pollinators. Some native wildflowers have evolved to have a particular shape, color, or size to attract a specific pollinator. For an example, a beetle is attracted to a bowl-shaped flower with a strong fruity scent. Many natives have evolved with the climate, so they'll require less water and fertilizer to grow, and they can be less prone to diseases and more tolerant of pests. They have very deep root systems, and that will help store water and nutrients in the soil, and they'll hold on to the carbon in the soil that would otherwise be released into the air, even when there's no actual flower present. Some good native flowers are golden alexander, wild bergamot, spiderwort, black-eyed Susans, white and purple coneflower, compass plant, cup plant, purple prairie clover, spike blazing star, and smooth aster, and it's kind of a tongue twister to get all those out. The more variety of species you have, the better, and you can have something blooming all summer long. Farmers, ranchers, and forest landowners can add wildflowers through several programs, including EQIP, which is the Environmental Quality Incentives Program, and CSP, which is the Conservation Stewardship Program. And those are all continuous sign-ups, so if you'd like to talk about either of those, you can give our office a call. If you do see wildflowers, don't pick them, because they'll wilt very shortly after you pick them.
Don't dig them up and try to plant them out.
No.
Wouldn't want to do that.
No. And then once they are picked, they lose their ability to reproduce, so most of the times the seeds are in the flower. So once you pick them, they can't reproduce. And if you do pick them, it can have an adverse effect for pollinators because they depend on those wildflowers. And then I found, it was interesting, Airwick is doing a free wildflower seed giveaway. It's part of their campaign to reseed wildflowers to protect and conserve nature. I just Googled the Airwick wildflowers, and you'll find a page. You'll give them a little info, and they'll send out a package of seeds that work for your area, and it plants 1 square foot. And they encourage you to share photos of them once you get them going. I did it because why not? So I have a packet of seeds that I need to get planted. I just got to figure out where I want to put them. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, years ago, one of our promotions was flower seed packets, and they were
awesome.
wildflowers. And yeah, we did pretty good with that for quite a few years.
I bet. That's awesome. So if we're going to talk about wildflowers, we should talk about pollinators. And Pollinator Week is June 20th to the 26th, so I'm ahead on this one.
Okay, coming up.
Pollinators include birds, bees, bats, butterflies, moths, beetles, small mammals, wasps, and flies. And there are an estimated 1,300 types of plants grown for food around the world, and 75% are pollinated by animals. Greater than 1 of every 3 bites of food that we take or drink is directly because of pollinators. Some crops, like blueberries, are dependent on are 90% dependent on the honeybee population. Somewhere between 75 and 95% of all flowering plants on Earth need help with pollination. So in a dollars and cents format, pollinators can add $217 billion to the global economy, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? A honeybee will need to visit 5 million flowers to make 1 pint of honey. I thought that was crazy too. That's a lot of flowers.
That is.
And to make 150 pounds of honey, they need to cover a distance equal to 13 trips to the moon and back.
Oh my goodness.
It's like, I was having fun with all these facts that I found. 90% of the nation's apple crop is pollinated by bees, but pollinators are in trouble. A lot of their habitats are shrinking, so there's less places for them to feed and nest. Invasive plants and animals crowd out the natives, and they bring in new diseases. Pesticides and climate change can also contribute to it. And the monarch butterfly has really taken a hit, with the overwintering population in California dropping from 4.5 million to 1,914 individuals.
Mm.
But I did hear that number was up a little bit since this came out. And then you can help out by planting a pollinator garden or providing pollinator nesting habitat. So then, World Turtle Day is May 23rd.
Mm.
And my sister is a 6th and 7th grade science teacher, so she has a classroom pet, and they were turtles. And so the turtles live at my parents' in the summertime, and I was over there and I was cleaning out they live in a kiddie pool. I was cleaning it out, and I always take the turtles and I always put them in the grass, and I always find them, like the one, his name is Sheldon. He leaves a clear track right to where he is. I always grab him, put him back. Well, there were 2 turtles. Now there are 1 turtle because I lost one.
Uh-oh.
So the turtle that I lost, he was pretty dumb, and he would always get stuck in a corner and would never go very far. So I went to go pick up Sheldon. There's Sheldon and Cooper,
Okay.
because the Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
I went to pick up Sheldon. I got him. I put him in the pond, or the kiddie pool. And I was like, oh crap, I can't find Cooper. I searched. I called my mom. She helped me search. We called Hannah. Hannah's friends came. I think we looked all over for a couple hours. Couldn't find him. Still don't know what happened to him. So now I feel like a deep-seated need to save all the turtles that I see. So there are 260 species of turtle worldwide, and 17 of them inhabit Illinois. And from April to October, turtles will cross the road in search of food and water and nesting sites. So the females increase crossing from mid-May to about mid-June in search of a good nesting site. One summer, I found baby snapping turtles. They were on the road, they were in our landscaping, they were up by our house. Like, I made a lot of trips to the creek that summer to put them in the water, because turtles don't nest really near the water. So snapping turtles will lay between 20 and 40 eggs, but can lay 100 in a single nest. And 80% of their nests are destroyed by predators in an average year, which is unfortunate. And losing just one female can have a significant effect on the population. So like for one blanding turtle to die, she can lay 12 eggs each year, and she can live to be 80. So that's a lot of hatchlings that she could have produced. And it can take some turtles 14 to 20 years to reach sexual maturity. So to sustain a population, roughly 90% of the hatchlings need to make it to adulthood. So we have to be cautious when driving next to roads that are next to bodies of water.
I saw one yesterday on the road. Yeah.
Hopefully it made it.
Yeah, I hope so too. Wasn't going towards the river, but
So if it's safe to do so, you can move them across the road, but always move them in the direction that they're going. Because if you put them back near the water, they'll just get out and try it again. And then if you have to move a turtle, don't ever pick it up by the tail, because that can actually break the spine and obviously hurt it. You want to pick it up by the sides of the shell behind the back legs. So
Just going to say we've got like 3 minutes,
Yeah.
so if there's something
Yep.
you want
So
to
then-
make sure we cover,
yeah.
go ahead.
So this is the time of year that people start rescuing baby animals. Remember that does leave fawns alone during the day as a way to protect them, and she'll be back. In most cases, the mom is not far away. If they're taken from the wild, they won't learn necessary survival skills that they need, and it can prevent them from learning about their natural predators. Fledglings can hop around flying for several days, but their parents are always close by. Rabbits will only feed their young at dusk and dawn, and if they're longer than about 4 inches and are full of hair and have their open eyes and erect ears, they're totally fine. I have a bunch of rabbits that are about this big running around that are A-okay. Baby squirrels fall from the nest, but the mom will usually come get them. And as a reminder, nearly all wildlife is illegal to keep as pets in Illinois. Maybe it's a little different from Iowa, I didn't check. And it's protected under the wildlife code, so you can't keep it without a permit.
Okay, sounds good. Well, hey, we'll get to these other topics
Yeah.
next month
Yeah.
or on down the road here
Yeah.
a bit. Again, we want to thank Meghan Pettit from the Whiteside County Soil and Water Conservation District for coming in on this Tuesday morning, and we'll see you in a month.
Yep, we'll
All
see you
right,
then.
thanks.
Thank you.
The Whiteside County Soil and Water Conservation District program is heard at 9:15 a.m. on the second Tuesday of every month right here on KROS.